2 of travelling America and Canada. This morning we're up bright and early. It is 5:30 and we're going on a little field trip, so back to being a school teacher today. We are going to Yosemite, the big redwood trees that you see in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or certainly that's what I think. So we're going the other day and we're spending the day, but we've got a very long bus journey ahead. How long is it?
I think it's 5 hours there.
5 hours.
Back.
So we've been travelling for a few hours now and we've arrived in Yosemite National Park and the views are incredible. We're currently right now on a little mini hike in between El Capitan, which is the one Alex Honnold climbed, free solo, Netflix documentary. If you've not seen it, it's amazing. And also Bridal Veil Waterfall, so cool.
That is a half.
Everyone was getting really close to the waterfall and I was like, I'm not going any closer because I don't want to get absolutely soaked. He was like, no, you won't get soaked, you'll be fine. So I was like, I'm just going to stay where I am. Okay, you're Ronan. What was that?
I might have got a bit close to the waterfall. Morning, we have taken things a little bit slower. It is check-in day with all our clients, so we have not long finished that. We woke up this morning, usually we go straight to the gym and we do our workouts, but after a day at Yosemite yesterday we were a little bit tired, so we just went straight for the check-ins. We're back now from breakfast and now we're going to go for a little half-hour workout in the hotel gym. In case you're wondering why my hat is on just now, because I've not had a haircut in about 6 or 7 weeks. There's a couple of treadmills, there's no bike, but there is there's a wee cable machine, some dumbbells, so we can get a good enough upper body workout in here before we do a longer bike tomorrow. And we have the PGA Championship keeping us company. Pick up something else. Tomorrow morning I am going for my longer cycle, so I feel like every time I've come on here, plus every time so far, I'm feeling like my energy levels have been a little bit low. So tonight I've been a little bit more intentional with my actions to make sure that I'm ready for it. So to start, I went for a big pizza pasta dinner to carb load, make sure I've got loads of carbohydrates in me. We've got a banana. I have one of our best friends on this trip so far, a Gatorade or a Powerade. Today it's a Gatorade. I'm also going to have something which I never have, right? I'm never one for like Red Bull monsters. However, right, I have been really tired on these cycles. So, and I've been quite craving one of these. I am going for a little can of Monster to get me a bit more buzzed, bit more ready. How sad does that sound? This is my buzz. And also,
You're wild.
I'm wild. That's why you married me. And then also in preparation for afterwards, because I'm always starving, I'm always hungry, just to tide me over until I get a meal, I've got another protein shake.
Took a little longer than expected to get a gym this morning. A couple of the ones we'd planned last night weren't open. All have actually ended up in the Fairmont Hotel. It's a little bit posh, but there's a gym attached to it. Basic enough, £15 to get in. And we can get a 3-hour bike session. So. And this is the view, looking out at one of San Francisco's famous wee hills where the cable cars get up and down. That's no one there. But at least we'll get something to look at better than a blank wall. A lot of David Attenborough happening here. There's a little bird nest just right in here. Just finished up on this weekend's longer cycle. We got 3 hours. This weekend felt so much better. Definitely prepared a little bit better last night, getting the extra carbohydrates in, and even having the Gatorade, the energy drink, the banana, all just sitting there kind of ready to have first thing this morning, so felt so much better. So the rest of the day looks a bit like we are going to go across the Golden Gate Bridge. The original plan was to cycle. I'll see what Rachel says. Obviously I don't really fancy sitting for another few hours on a bike, so we might just walk it, but we've got a protein shake for afterwards, keeping us tiding over, and we'll go get something to eat. That's so cool. What did you do in San Francisco, Rachel? What was your best bit about it?
Watching the gorillas with David Attenborough.
What a show, man.
How's your dinner, Ronan?
Just arrived at our digs for the next week. Rachel's getting the wee code. Don't know what it is about arriving at a place at night, but I just always feel a little bit uneasy. The place always ends up being lovely the next day, but I don't know if it's you just don't know you just don't know your surroundings. So I just passing time here until Rachel gets the code. We're going to go and get a big food shop, set ourselves up for the week. No, we're here for 7 days, so we're going to be doing a lot more home cooking, try and save a little bit of money, and also just get back in a routine. Sorry to disappoint, we've done nothing exciting. It has been a very boring day. I think all the travelling has caught up with, as you can even see me in my pyjamas just now. That's how chilled it's been today. We've caught up with a lot of work. We have checked in with a lot of clients. I didn't even get a training session in today. Today was supposed to be a training session, knowing that yesterday I took off, my usual Sunday, chilling out a little bit. I was supposed to be training today, doing a weight session. There is a really good hotel, we're staying in an Airbnb. There's a really good gym in this building, so I'm looking forward to getting used to it. But today, we've just kind of taking it easy. Night one in Vancouver. I'm taking this over to the light to try and make it look a little bit better, but we've basically got chicken pasta. And we're back to Desperate Housewives. Look at the gym in the Airbnb that we're staying at just now. So as you can see, it's pretty set up. It's decent, got everything we need, loads of weights, some cables, squat rack, a couple of treadmills, Rachel, thankfully, and this, a bike.
which usually I wouldn't get too excited about, but when I'm doing this training, it's like gold dust. So because yesterday we missed a session, this morning we're putting 2 of them together. So we're doing a 40-minute weighted session and then followed up by an hour on the bike. And because it's a little bit longer and we have been feeling a little bit tired, I have to be honest, I'm back on the cans of Monster. I never take them. I almost feel ashamed saying I'm taking them, but needs must just now. We'll get Kings of Leon playing and we'll get a can of Monster for a double session. Let's go. Today has been a good day. Rachel's now cooking dinner, whilst I'm editing the first episode of the part 1 of this YouTube series. And yeah, hopefully some more good days to come here. Finished editing my little YouTube video. What have you made me for me, Rachel?
I've made...
What's that, garlic bread? What is that?
I tried to make you a garlic bread, there you.
Oh.
Chicken mince chilli, which is a bit watery.
It looks class.
And a baked potato. And some
Wee Mexican night.
wee Mexican night.
Some traditional Mexican garlic bread. Right, this morning we're heading out for our run for the week. We've only really been out in Vancouver once since we arrived here, so I don't really have too many idea of kind of where there's some running routes or anything like that. We did go a nice little walk just out towards the water yesterday, so I'm pretty much just going to aim for there, and we'll go from there. I don't have any idea of distances, I don't have any idea of kind of any loop runs to make sure that I return safely back here. But I think that's one of the reasons I love running, especially on holiday or when you're away places a little bit different, because it's a great opportunity to just go out and see the area that you're staying or you're living in, and just see what cool things are out there, and then always come back and tell Rachel that I found this little place, this little cafe, this restaurant. Advice to anyone that decides to do a long run: run away from where you started, or your apartment in my case, for half the distance, and then you're forced to run back. I think you're back, so you might as well run it. Just finished up the run. We got another 16k, another 10 miles. And hour and 20, so pretty happy with that. The plan wasn't to do another 10 miles, even though it should be, but just like anyone else, my mind, when I woke up, I was telling myself all the kind of excuses under the sun, like 10k would be good, you're doing well if you get 10k. But as soon as I got out, the same as anything, as soon as you get out, I started feeling so much better, started feeling good, and you start reminding yourself of the reasons or the things that kind of keep you going. Like if you do the hard thing this week, then maybe next week it forces you to continue that. It's just about keeping that momentum going. I think as soon as you kind of let yourself off, it just makes things a little bit easier to kind of keep letting yourself off the hook. So when you can, keep the foot on the gas and you can keep going, do it. Oh wow. There's too many people in this water and I'm too jealous. So I'm not going to go all the way in because I'll just be soaking the rest of the day, and I need to learn from the waterfall the other day. Still recovering from that. But I'm going to go in. My knee's feeling a little bit sore, so that's my excuse to get in that water up to my knees at least. We're back in from a long day out exploring all the waterfalls, all the trails. We didn't see any black bears, unfortunately, so we need to go back out. But we're now sitting down to dinner. Tonight was my night for cooking, so I've made, it's usually Monday night poke bowl, but it's moved on to a Wednesday night poke bowl. And right, I can't take credit for this, but you all know I love my garlic bread and I can barely go 24 hours without eating some. It's even better, it's cheesy garlic bread. This morning we are taking things a little bit slower. Usually we do check-ins on a Friday, but being 8 hours behind, we are going to be doing our check-ins on kind of today, Thursday. So a little bit slower, woke up, done some FaceTimes, catching up with family and friends, and then we're going to get down and train just now. Today is going to be just a weighted session. There's no cardio involved, which is quite nice. So we're going down and then we'll come back up and we'll spend our day doing our check-ins. But other than that, today is just going to be pretty chill at the laptop to free us up a little bit more for the weekend.
Hey.
Right, we're an hour and a half into this bike session, and honestly, these don't get any easier. Absolutely dripping in sweat. I'm bored out my skull looking at this wall. Obviously I'm watching YouTube golf, needs must to get through this, but just a lot of things taking its toll. Obviously getting towards the end of these travels now. Trained legs yesterday, which I normally wouldn't do, but needs must this week. I jumped on the bike for the longer session a day earlier. As much as I'm being a little bit smarter with my nutrition, trying my best to get some energy drinks, kind of carb load the night before, the morning before, still taking its toll, but trying to play loads of little games with myself. So after this long 3-hour cycle, next week will be the last one before I kind of go home. And obviously I'll be continuing to travel, continuing to train when I go home, but this was a challenge, this was the kind of biggie, so play little games with yourself. Once I get through this, it'll kind of put that accountability, it'll put that pressure on me next week to make sure that I don't miss it, and that I basically have ticked off every long cycle that I wanted to do whilst I was out here. So that'd be a nice spot to be in, but it's tough just now. This is our final day here now in Vancouver before tomorrow we fly to our final destination. That sounds like a scary movie, but it's a good thing. We're going to Banff. Honest plan is to go down and do a weighted session. I feel like I've not done an upper weighted session for ages now because the last one was just solely legs. So I'm looking forward to getting down, getting moving, getting an upper pump back to what I know best. Definitely makes a nice wee change having a seat well, your arse isn't killing you, and I'm not having to worry about taking my hands off the bars to drink carbohydrate drinks and worrying about unclipping my shoes. Forgot how enjoyable cycling it can actually be. We just checked in to our Airbnb, which is part of a resort here in Canmore, just a little bit south of Banff. This was one of the places we were looking forward to the most. I think it's just supposed to be so scenic. There's meant to be so many nice hikes, trails, loads of cool animals to see. Grizzlies, bears, which are the same animal. Grizzlies, black bears, elk, beavers, mooses, prairie dogs, wolves, cougars,
Mountain lions.
Yup. So yeah, there's loads of cool stuff here and we're buzzing for it. So today we went out, we went and get a food shop, we got ourselves set up, so we're here for the next 7 days before we go home. I jumped in and I've rented a bike tomorrow. So apparently there's like a trail you can do up towards Banff, which is like 50 to 70k, which is ideal, plenty, just enough to get me out off of a gym bike. So I'm really looking forward to that. Tonight we're going to go up and carb load with a big heavy carb dinner. Rachel has made me, what is this?
It's sourdough with cheese, tomato, garlic, homemade garlic bread, but I just put some tomatoes in it.
And as you can see, I've got the biggest bowl of pasta in front of me. So this morning is the big morning. I am heading out my first road cycle since I've been away in the travels. I'm hopefully going to be out for a few hours. Did last night kind of actually sat down and tried to map out a route, as well as watch some videos about how to repair a tyre in case I do get stuck, because I don't want to become barefoot. I don't think I quite realised how nice it was going to be, but in total I got, just check, we got just about 80k, just under 80k. We were out for just over 3 hours. Not the fastest cycle, not the most intense, but yeah, good training day. Woo! Another exciting day planned today. We're starting off a little bit slower. We got up, had a little coffee out in the balcony, appreciating all the nice views. We're going to go down, get a wee upper weight session. Today, I'm going to go play some golf. There are some really nice courses here under the Rocky Mountains. So yeah, that's today's plan. Excited. Are you excited to play some golf? Glad you got that in video. I'm trying to show off to the guys I'm playing with that actually don't have any boys.
Today we are up bright and early because we're going to a day trip to Lake Louise and Johnston Canyon. It's like a half day tour, so we're just waiting on our taxi to pick us up and then we're going on the bus for a wee get your guide. You looking forward to it, Ronan?
I can't wait. I knew we were doing this, I just didn't know the details.
Yeah, he
Hence
asked
why
me.
Rachel's doing this.
He asked me to start today's video as if I'm not reading between the lines, like you can't remember where we're actually going because it's not golf and it's not a cycle to, what was it, Legacy Trail, the things that you've planned.
Yesterday was definitely one for the memories. A bucket list moment, jumping in Lake Louise and going up to one of the kind of tallest mountains here and around Canmore. We are going a little bit slower. We are back training in the pool, so we've sourced a swimming pool here. So we're going to go down, we're going to get a good swim in, and then the rest of the day there's a little food market on. So we'll go and check that out, and then similar to how it has been on Thursdays, because we're a little bit behind with time here in Canada now, every one of our clients have done their check-ins, so we're going to do our check-ins tonight so that they get their feedback over the normal time. Woo! Let's go. Back in from my longest run to date, which I'm really happy about, but I'll probably feel better later today because right now I don't feel too great. It's pretty grim, I'm not gonna lie. I actually forgot to get any clips or any videos. The longest I'd done before this was 21, just over 21k, so the kind of half marathon I done in Malaga. I don't think I've done one since then, so today I done 25k, so I'm really happy with that. First time trying poutine. Gravy and cheese. Oh my god.
Was it nice?
Tonight, a bit exciting, but we have booked a bear, what am I calling this? A bear tour? A wildlife tour. So we're hoping it's with the purpose of seeing bears. We see some other things, but we're hoping to see some bears on it too. That's the main thing we're going for. So yeah, we'll be seeing that later tonight. Long run today, then heading out, going to see a bit more of Canmore and Banff, and then heading out for the bear tour.
See something and I'm not slowing down.
first morning, but it's actually, we woke up and it's been raining, which is quite nice to see, but you can't even see the mountains now behind.
Last trip has been about an hour and a half back to the airport, and then we fly back later tonight and I'm landing back in sunny Scotland. Could be sunny compared to this, to be fair. But yeah, you happy to go home?